As you continue forward, do not let the silence discourage you, let it refine you. Do not let the waiting weaken your resolve, let it strengthen your faith. Every prayer you pray, every moment you spend in His presence, and every step you take in obedience brings you closer to the fulfillment of His promise. You may not see the full picture yet, but rest assured the artist is at work, creating something beautiful out of every stroke and every detail. Trust Him, for He is faithful, and His plans for you are good. Welcome, chosen ones. This message is not for the faint-hearted, but for those who have endured the crushing weight of their own family's rejection. For those who gave everything love, obedience, effort, believing it would be enough to earn belonging, respect, and unconditional care, only to be met with criticism, control, and shame. You've carried this burden long enough. Today it ends. As C.S. Lewis said, hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. This is not just a hardship, it's a calling to rise above. From the very beginning, something about you set you apart. You could never fully name it, but you felt it deep in your soul. In their eyes, you were always too much, or not enough, too loud when your joy spilled over, too quiet when your thoughts turned inward, too strong when you stood in your truth, and too weak when you let your emotions show. No matter what you did, your existence seemed to be a problem that needed fixing. And so, you tried to change. You bent yourself into impossible shapes, trying to fit into a mold that was never made for you. You changed your tone, your words, even the way you moved, believing that if you just tried harder, peace and love would follow. But no matter how much of yourself you gave up, it was never enough. Their approval remained out of reach, the goalposts always shifting. That's when the shame crept in, a quiet, yet relentless whisper that told you they were right. You started to believe their words, questioning your worth, your identity, and even your purpose. Anxiety became your constant companion, self-doubt your closest critic. And in your darkest moments, the pain turned inward. For some, it emerged as self-harm, a desperate attempt to numb the ache. For others, it manifested as isolation, a silent retreat from a world that seemed to echo the same rejection. But then, something broke through. You saw it, a glimpse of what family could be. You saw parents who celebrated their children without conditions, siblings who were allies instead of competitors, families where love wasn't a prize to be earned, but a gift freely given. It wasn't jealousy that filled your heart, it was grief. Grief for what you never had, for the love that was your birthright but denied to you. That grief was your wake-up call, and with it came the truth. It wasn't you. It was never you. You were not the problem. You were the scapegoat. The one they used to project their insecurities, their failures, their hidden pain. Your light wasn't unseen, it was resented. It exposed their darkness, and instead of celebrating it, they tried to extinguish it. As C.S. Lewis wrote in The Problem of Pain, God whispers to us in our pleasures, speaks in our conscience, but shouts in our pain. It is His megaphone to rouse a deaf world. That pain wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to awaken you. And when you began to see this, everything shifted. The rejection you carried became a testament to your resilience. The shame they handed you became a reminder of their own brokenness, not yours. Their inability to love wasn't a reflection of your unworthiness, but of their own blindness. Now is your time to step into the light you've dimmed for too long, to recognize that you were never meant to fit into their mold. You were designed to break free from it. Your worth has never depended on their approval. You are chosen not by them, but by the one who created you. There will be moments when their words awaken the child in you, the one who still craves their approval, who still hopes for their love to be unconditional. When this happens, remind yourself of a greater truth. You are already loved fully and completely by the one who matters most. Psalm 139:13-14 proclaims, "For you created my inmost being, you knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made." You do not need to earn his love, and his opinion of you will never change. Do not let their attacks define your identity. You are not selfish. You are not rebellious. You are not ungrateful. You are grounded. Hold on to this truth. They may see you as a villain, but God sees you as his beloved child chosen for a purpose greater than their understanding. When their games escalate, when they try to rally others against you, remain steadfast. Do not engage in gossip or retaliation. Instead, say, "I will not participate in conversations that tear others down. My focus is on building a life of peace and purpose." Let them play their games alone. You do not need to defend yourself to those who are determined to misunderstand you. The truth is, you were never meant to fit into their mold. You were designed to break free from it. So stand firm. Step into the light, and remember this is just the beginning. If this message has touched your heart and spoken truth into your life, let us know in the comments by typing Amen. Your testimony might encourage someone else who is struggling. Don't forget to like this video to help spread this message to others who need to hear it. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an uplifting word. Together, we stand strong in faith, knowing that God's plan is greater than any rejection we've faced. Type Amen if you believe.